Hey, how's it going? This is Horror Stories on All WY Radio. We have Mike here from Hexamatastrophe, who is
what's going on?
gonna tell some stories with us today. Not gonna play any music today. Last 2 times we did have music, but it's just Mike, and he's not entirely ready because we had a band that had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. So got him on last minute.
Sorry if you were looking for them. I don't remember who you had on.
It was going to be Forever the Athlete, but we're going to have to reschedule with that.
All right, so just go check them out for us and go give them some listens if they have music up.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't want to, build you up too much, but I am actually a super fan of your work.
All right.
And I have followed you.
I'm just gonna stop you there. I'm gonna say, it doesn't surprise me at all that you're a super fan. When it comes to Hexamatastrophe, like people, they fall in love.
Yeah.
They fall in love.
Yeah. Now, that actually makes me think of something. Can you say that? Can you say the name of the band?
Hexamatastrophe.
That's so strange. I've been saying Hexamatastrophe this whole time.
Oh yeah, common mistake.
I've never heard it said before. That's so pretty. Can you say it again?
Hexamatastrophe. It really does roll off the tongue,
That's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you through all my research, I've never known. How'd you get that name?
We've actually I think said this on the air before on Noah's Ark.
No.
Mm-mm.
I would have found it if you said it. I would.
All right, then
I've been with you from before you even knew you were a band. That's how long I've been following you guys. You've never said it before.
We're glad to have you as a fan. We're glad to have you.
Tell me, where'd you get the name?
All right, well, it's pretty funny. We're looking at a bottle of Propel, like an energy drink, and not really energy, more like Gatorade. But on the back, there's an ingredient that's hexametaphosphate, and then one of our members actually read it wrong as Hexamatastrophe, and he was like, "Guys, that should be the name of this band." And we're like, "Yeah, that's good stuff." So it's that simple.
Wow, that person who came up with it is so genius, and their mind must work in such a creative way that just everything in their life is just nonstop creativity. That's amazing.
It really does. It really does flow out of them. It really does flow.
Crazy. Well, I know you guys are just the greatest, most famous band out there. You're rich, successful. The women throw themselves at you.
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
A little overwhelming.
Outside of all of that, there must have been a moment when you guys weren't perfect. Do you have any moments when Hexamatastrophe was not perfect? They had some horror stories in there.
I got to think about this one. I got to think about it. But, it gets tough out there with 6 members. And,
right.
Sometimes you write for 6 members, and not all 6 members can show up. So you got to, fill that space still, because, changing everything last minute, which is sometimes when people call off last minute, and, it just gets.
But that doesn't threaten you guys at all.
What do you mean? Like we just got it?
You just get last minute, like, oh, I can't make it. Half the band can't make it.
Yeah.
We haven't really prepared for this. It's tomorrow, but we're not scared.
No, we never get scared. Never get scared about it. If anything, just because we love performance so much, and we've been at it to the point, long enough that we've got it down pat. But I was gonna say, you guys
really got it. I've never personally seen you guys make a mistake before. I've never seen anything go wrong in your set, but maybe that's just me. That's why I'm trying to dig deep.
I'm getting into it about missing people.
Calm down.
About missing people.
All right.
Getting into it about missing people.
All right.
I'm sensing a little hostility here. Sensing a little hostility.
You better calm down, punk. This is my show. You're famous, but I'm not afraid to throw you off right now.
Well, that's not like a super fan. It's not like a super fan. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You're not above me. You're not above me. You're not here if I'm not here. All right.
Well, then I'm just out on stage if you're not here. So I think I got it. Regardless, I'm gonna tell a story. So sometimes when people call off, we also like to bring people in. And one of our shows, we brought in a friend of ours, Mitch. And now Mitch is not I don't want to say he's a bad musician, but he's not a member of Hex. So he might not have the natural gift.
He might not have what it takes to be a member of Hex.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't have the golden fingers, you know, the kind of
Yep.
the kind of fingers that weave gold
Yeah. Okay.
on a whatever those things are called that I can't think of the name of.
The Rumpelstiltskin musicians.
Yeah, exactly.
The King Midas fingers.
Yeah,
if you will.
You know, we can make hollow statues on a lathe. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. That's how magical these fingers are. But okay, so anyway, so we bring Mitch in and he's got to learn everything pretty quick. And so we're just going like, okay, how few of our songs can we feature him on? And it's going to sound so bad for Mitch. If Mitch ever hears us, I'm sorry, Mitch. But so we're just trying to get everything together. And then time of the show comes and we're just playing, just looking over at him, just like, oh man, I hope he remembers everything we asked him to remember. And he did okay, but he could have done better. Maybe that's not the best story, but I mean, when I'm trying to think of where Hex went wrong, you know, of course I've got to go to other people and I've got to, you know, it's not going to be super exciting, you know.
So you're just saying the blame's always on the other person.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nothing went wrong for us. Everything went wrong for him.
Yeah, that's pretty much
we
what
brought
I'm
him in as a scapegoat. That was his purpose the whole time.
Well, I mean, he's only a scapegoat for his own problems. There's nothing for us to scapegoat, you know?
Right, because you never did anything wrong.
No. No.
It's just the fact that he was a commoner, though.
Again, he's not in Hex.
Yes.
He's not in Hex. Hex is a special breed of people.
Prophets, if you will.
Sure, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Yeah.
People have been known to suddenly come to enlightenment listening to our music.
Yeah, I believe that because you guys spread the truth a lot.
Oh yeah, we always try to at our shows. That's a horror story right there. When you try to tell people that Obama is a reptile, sometimes it just doesn't hit them right, and you just get dead silence, and you can almost physically see their brains kind of reworking in their heads. You can see the steam coming out of their ears because it's just so jarring.
Yeah. It just turned their world upside down. And
that's just it's kind of an awful scenario when you're trying to, you know, spread the truth in it. You're getting nothing from the crowd. You're getting nothing because
I can imagine
their minds are blown.
That when you are that high up, you see the world so clearly. And other people are trying to get to where you are. You're trying to help them, but they just can't make it. That must be so frustrating and just make every show just so difficult.
You know, we pride ourselves in our patience in Hexamatastrophe. It's something that you got to have when you're in this band. So, you know, we try not to look down too much and get irritated with the plebes, with the plebs.
The plebs, right?
But you know, it can happen sometimes. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right there, just like we usually are. So,
now I gotta ask you something. I'm gonna take a quick detour here from horror stories.
All right.
Do you want to take this opportunity to tell people the truth about the world that Hex is trying to spread? What is their latest truth that they're trying to get people to know?
Well, first of all, we gotta just establish that Obama is a reptile, and he is a part of a race of reptilian creatures that has taken over the human governments and has taken control of our everyday lives,
or have always been in control.
That's a good, that's a better way to say it.
You don't have to dumb it down for me. You can say it the way it is. I appreciate it, but you can just tell it the way it is.
I'll say that they took it over in the sense that it was a human idea first, but they did very early on go, okay, the humans are going to do that. We're going to get into that. You know, they weren't always looking to be in power that way, with the facade of a government ruling over a group of people. Originally, you know, you just take it over. You'd be the biggest and the baddest. You know.
Yeah. Now I assume that's where the pyramids, Stonehenge, that was all the reptilians.
Absolutely, all the reptilians.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to ask, where do they come from? He is this race. I'm not sure. Is this the Earth?
They are Earthbound. a lot of misinformation out there about how they are alien creatures. This is not true. Alien only in the sense like immigrants are aliens. They're just not from where we are specifically. They are from the center of the earth. Now,
Wow.
yeah, I'm going
Wow.
to tell you right now.
Now,
the
hold
earth,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I was going to say what you were going to say, but scientists are trying to tell us that the Earth is not hollow. That the Earth is filled with some sort of
Yeah, that's a huge. Okay, so who's saying it? The scientists,
scientists.
right? These are the same scientists. Like you'll get.
I've never met them.
Yeah, you'll get NASA saying that we've gone to the moon, right?
But who owns NASA?
Yeah, the government. The government is
Okay.
NASA.
Yeah.
So you got these
That makes a lot of
scientists.
sense.
They have to cover their tracks. Their reptilian tracks. All right, and so they're going to tell us that you can't go through it, but the Earth is as hollow as a Kinder egg, and the prize inside is in fact a race of reptilian creatures who are derived from dinosaurs who have evolved over the past 60 million years to an intelligence even higher than that of humans.
Wow.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, the government's lying to me.
1 second. Let's take just a few moments. Everyone listening at home, we're going to give you a little bit of time to take in that information. We're just gonna let you have that for a second.
Scientists are lying to you about multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to distract you with things that don't matter at all. When the real truth is, everything in school is a lie.
Yeah.
Going is basically pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because dinosaurs didn't die off 65 million years ago.
No, they moved underground
to the center of the Earth. That is, in fact, hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Which some people who before you have tried to spread the truth through such prophetic novels such as Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yes.
Which is really just their way of trying to.
It's one of the better made documentaries out there.
Yeah, but they couldn't make it straight up. They couldn't say,
yeah,
Obama's a reptile and he's living here. They had to create a fictitious world to show the truth. It's really an amazing thing that they did, and how brave it was to go against.
And it's pretty amazing. The movie that came out starring Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was really a spearhead in that movement, trying to get that movie made, because he knows the truth. All right.
Okay.
So
Brendan Fraser knows
you might see him in movies that you're like, maybe those are kind of B movies. They're not so good. The bigger ones, you got way more Hollywood control. That's reptiles in there too.
Yeah.
So he's going with these smaller movies. Maybe he'll play them sometimes to cover his track. Play some good stuff like The Mummy, Mummy Returns, Mummy, the dragon one, the Chinese one. I don't remember the name of it. But he's gonna do movies where he can stay, more in human control.
Right. He doesn't have that back end. The eye isn't completely focused on him.
Yeah. Although to be fair, I don't want to confuse anyone and make you think that any movie out there is not in some way controlled by a reptilian overlord. It all is. Yeah. Our lives are pretty much entirely controlled by the reptilian overlords. Yes.
It's a sad truth. People need to realize it.
And we have a presidential election coming up, and I just want everyone to know out there that if you're going to vote, just remember it's reptilian overlord or reptilian overlord. Those are your options.
2 options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that when you go to vote.
Now, so will you guys have any upcoming things where you'll be spreading the truth? Now, because you guys do it in a lot of different ways. You guys kind of do it in the in the vein of Journey to the Center of the Earth, where you'll cover it up, but also tell people the truth. Do you have any things coming up that you will be doing this?
Yeah, sure. We have stuff planned. Maybe not solid dates yet, but
not concrete, but you're working on it.
Yeah, we're in the works.
It's really hard to.
It's tough to write. What we try and do is kind of make it seem like it's a parody or something. Make it seem like, oh, it's all a big joke. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Obama's a reptile, and that's how we disguise it.
That's how you disguise it.
If we make them think that we're passing this idea off as ludicrous and otherworldly, like, oh, I can't believe that. It's like that's so ridiculous.
It couldn't possibly be true that Obama's a reptile.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're not gonna stop you if no one really believes you, because everyone thinks it's a joke. But really, It's the truth. It's
Yeah.
the truth, and people need to know.
Now, I just want to clarify as well that the reptilian overlords they can make anyone disappear. They can make anyone disappear. We are different though, because we are
Yeah.
Hexamatastrophe.
Yeah.
We have the golden fingers. All right.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are basically superhuman.
Mm-hmm. Now we are empowered by the power of rock.
I was gonna say you do
Mhm.
have the power of rock, and the power of rock
Power
has
of rock.
done amazing things.
It's
Broken chains, broken people out of prison. I would say it has gone as far as to bring people back to life. The power of rock
it
has
definitely
the ability.
breaks people from bondage. It
Yeah.
really frees
It frees
people.
people,
Mm-hmm.
which is why the government tried to get rid of it in the 50s and the 60s, right? Like when rock was first emerging,
always
when
they've
they
been
had
trying to get rid of it.
rediscovered the power of rock back in the early, decades of the.
Some people think power of rock, it's got to sound like guitars and stuff. It's been there. The technology needs to catch up sometimes. Mozart and them, all those famous guys, they had it. The power of rock. They had it. Might not have been called rock and roll back then, but it was rock.
It went underground for a while, but then it resurfaced recently, is what I was saying before, and the government tried to squash it.
Yeah, I mean,
is that what disco was? Was disco just an attempt to squash the rock, but they could not because the power of rock?
Disco was actually a cocaine-fueled fevered nightmare that came out of. That's a human invention. Disco.
Was that like the power of rock was too strong, and it just went haywire in that direction?
That was. It really is separate from the power of rock.
It's a separate thing.
It really is just a drug-fueled nightmare. Yeah, it really.
I think
really
I'm too hung up on it. I'm too far into.
It is possible that the drugs were supplied by the government. Probably. Because crack cocaine was introduced into
the world by the government.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's also possible. But I mean, the power of the reptilian overlords really does get in. It receives its way into just about every action. But I will tell you that glam metal was them trying to stop rock by making it so ridiculous, so over the top that people would dismiss it. They would dismiss rock and roll.
I'm just getting blown away. Your horror stories, are so over the top, so out of this world compared to others that I can't even grasp it. Hexamatastrophe, you as an entity, Hexamatastrophe, single-handedly, are trying to fight the reptilian overlords.
We do what we can. We do what we can. I have to say, people listening at home, we need your help. Please come out and support what Hexamatastrophe does, because you are also supporting the end of the rule of the reptilian overlords.
That's crazy.
So we need your help.
People can do so much.
We are very great. We are very great. But we need your help.
People can do so much, and they get so much out of it in return.
Absolutely.
It's just insane. It's insane. But your horror stories, it's not like, oh, something went wrong. Oh, something went wrong. We brought somebody on stage who wasn't up to snuff, and they messed something up. It's like we had to kill the devil, or we had to beat the devil.
That was a difficult time.
We had to summon up enough power of rock to defeat the devil, which has not been done since that time in Georgia.
It is,
how do you handle that? Where does the bravery come from?
Again,
most people wouldn't be able to live up to that task.
The power of rock, it is in us, and it's always been in us. It's something I really think you're born with, and 99.9 repeating % of people are not born with the power of rock.
They're not born with it, or they don't know how to tap into it.
I'll say they don't know how to tap into it. Aren't born
without the ability.
You're born without the ability connection to the power of rock. Power of rock really is a pervading sense. Similar
to the Force.
Yes, but no midichlorians. So the Force before the prequels.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have the power of rock within us, and beyond that, it's just the sense that not only do we have the power of rock, but we also manage to find within our little community each other. When you
astronomical.
It's like the Buddha meeting with Jesus, meeting with other holy people.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I might have taken it too far right there. But
Stop. Hexamatastrophe.
Yeah.
Hexamatastrophe can be compared to the Buddha,
the Buddha.
Jesus the Christ,
Other religious
Krishna.
Krishna.
and 3 others.
And 3 others.
Muhammad, 2 others. We'll just go with Bible ones. Abraham,
Moses.
Good.
Okay.
So Hexamatastrophe is on par with the Buddha, Jesus Christ, Krishna, Muhammad, Abraham, and Moses coming together and deciding to use the power of rock.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what that band is.
Yes.
People don't realize it. How much you're doing. People can't even grasp it. They can't even grasp what you're doing.
You know, sometimes I can't grasp it myself. It's really, it really is. It's a trip, man. It's a trip.
It's a trip every day. Every day.
Yep.
God, I just can't get over this. There's just so much. There's so much trying to take in at one time.
No, I mean, just imagine though, this is our everyday experience, knowing all this, and not only knowing that, but knowing that everyone else is just completely unaware of it. You know?
Yeah, you're just walking among sheep all day.
And the worst part is, I don't even got clippers. I can't even make clothes out of these sheep. I got nothing from them. They're just
useless.
Yeah, it's just all they're doing is eating and drinking my water, my food. You know?
And you're just staring that shepherd in the face, and you're like, you're not helping them. You're not leading them. You're controlling them.
Yes.
And you're looking them right in the eyes, just trying to get him out of there. Trying to figure out what you can do to help them.
So I just want to bring this up. The shepherd, right? The reptilian overlords.
Right, of course.
If anyone has ever been to the White House, you may, they have rooms that you're not allowed to go in, right?
Of course.
A lot of these rooms, they're where the politicians in them, they sunbathe. That's where because they're cold-blooded creatures.
Yeah,
all right?
Of course,
they're cold-blooded creatures. So,
although they have lived in the earth for millions of years.
Yeah, but it's
hot down there.
It's actually an even 72 all the time, all year round. They don't really have weather in the middle of the earth. It's just a nice temperature.
Sounds nice. I can imagine why they would live there.
Yeah.
But it was warm enough in the center where they could live without the sun. But now that they're on the surface with this erratic, terrible weather, they need the sun in their sunbathing White House rooms.
Yeah. Or sunbathing, in controlled conditions. Maybe I shouldn't say sunbathing. They're just keeping themselves warm,
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to get it all. Just trying to figure out everything that's going on.
So if you're ever in the White House, please try and enter these rooms and expose the truth.
And I assume one of those rooms, is it in the White House where the moon is projected from?
It's not. That's not in the White House.
That's not in the White House.
It changes location every day to try and
people can't.
Yeah, they can't track it. So when you're in the White House, do not expect to see the moon projection room. It is not a single room. It is all over the country.
Okay. Now the moon is fake, obviously.
Obviously.
I've never been there. I wonder why.
I don't think most of humanity has.
It's totally fake. Now we know that we have been shown that this fake moon changes phases throughout the month. Full to new.
Yeah.
And I've come to the belief that that's because of the government's budgetary needs, and they don't.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. See, it requires a lot of power to create the illusion, to create the projection. So they came up with this phases concept, so they didn't have to light up the whole thing all the time.
Because if they wanted to, it could look like Niagara Falls every night.
It could be changing colors all around. It could just
all
be
night.
Rainbow
Beautiful.
colors. Yeah, wow. Amazing.
But they don't do that for us because they're just trying to save some cash. Sounds about right.
And the amazing thing is, it could be changing colors all the time, and they'd put out some bogus explanation of it, and we would just eat it up.
Yeah.
Not us.
Not Hex.
Actually, not Hexamatastrophe.
Yeah.
But us, as the collective,
Yeah, I
population.
think that's so kind of you to actually say us like you're on par with the rest of humanity. I think that's very gracious. It's
We
very,
are known for our humility.
Yeah.
We are known for our humility.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that that's not because, like, since it's projecting from different places, I was wondering if maybe each different one had a different phase. You know, like the one in the White House is the full moon. The one in Russia is something else. Is a different phase.
Actually, no. See, what's happening is they just have it on a moving vehicle, right?
Okay.
And it's constantly on the move in that way. If you've ever seen X-Men 3, they store some of the mutants on a moving prison, is what they call it. It's a similar concept, but a projection room. If you ever see a truck that has something on the side of it along the lines of not a moon projection room, definitely not a moon projection room. Just anything that explicitly denies the existence of a projection room in that truck, be suspicious of that. Be suspicious of that. And,
always ask questions.
always
Always ask questions.
Always ask
Question
questions.
everything.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about the government. Oh yeah, Area 51. Okay, so Area 51.
Area 51.
I'm assuming is not a place where they found aliens.
No,
Because
no
the
aliens.
is the cover up.
Aliens are an invention of the History Channel to make programming.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They were so devoid of programming that they invented aliens.
They invented aliens.
That's smart.
Not only did they invent aliens, so the government has time machines, okay?
Yeah.
They went back in time to tell people in the past about aliens so that it would be in the general consciousness by 2000 and whenever, shows like Ancient Aliens and them started airing. Now, these time machines, I want to clarify, they don't send things back, just ideas. Just
That's
ideas.
pretty crazy.
It's kind of like a computer that works between now and then. We can't physically send things through computers yet, but the files are there, the data.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Blowing my mind.
Yeah.
So that government can send back information.
Yeah.
Which they've probably been doing for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens. I assume there are aliens out there, but they're not anywhere near us. They're not concerned with us. So, but honored. So Area 51.
There could very well be aliens, but the aliens as we know them
are government creation.
Government creation.
Area 51, I have to assume, is just the place where it's the portal basically between the land and the hollow earth. That's why they don't want people going there, because that's the way down.
That's an attempt. They're still working on it. The actual location is in the North Pole. All right.
And that's what Santa's about, right?
Santa is a different thing.
Is it a different thing? Is it just a cover up? They go, when you think of the North Pole, think about Santa. Don't think about a hole that goes down at the center of the earth where all the dinosaur reptilian people are.
It's very possible. We have not found a correlation yet, but that's absolutely a possibility.
Absolutely possible.
Absolutely a possibility. See, now
what are they attempting?
The idea of coming up with a holiday where people get presents, absolutely government action there to distract people. I mean, because when does the holiday season start now? It's starting by Halloween.
Earlier and earlier
Halloween.
Every year.
That's months of people's attention focused on these
the dubious acts.
These worthless presents that people are going to get. Well, not actually worthless. They do have a price tag, but figuratively speaking, worthless things that aren't going to help you in any way realize the truth of what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is Area 51 if it's not a hole to the center of the earth?
They're digging a new one. They're digging a new one, and it also it's in the desert, which is a very nice place for these reptilian overlords.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
because they can do
sunbathe and
they can do more. Yeah,
cold-blooded. That's a nice place for them.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that's probably why they don't go to the North Pole anymore. Do you think that's why they're doing global warming? Because for humans, it's not the greatest, but for reptilians that want to sunbathe all day, global warming is it's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal.
See, you'd think, but that's just a happy side effect. Just a happy side effect of
for what
global
they're doing.
Warming. The government is actually they're actually trying to combat it. They're trying to combat it because it's going to ruin the oceans. It's killing off the coral and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they like the oceans. They have oceans there's oceans inside the Earth too.
Mhm.
All right.
Of course.
So they have amphibious and just aquatic creatures that evolved alongside of them. Not
Yeah.
as intelligent.
Are
but
they
do live in there.
enemies?
No, because it'd be like us and dolphins and stuff. They're intelligent. They're octopuses. They're intelligent
Yeah.
in their own way, but they're
But
not a
not a
threat.
threat,
They're not a
right.
threat.
I don't know. Have you seen an octopus put blocks together, Mike? It's pretty terrifying.
I have, and it is. when so
All right. So yeah.
they want to keep these oceans okay
Yeah.
for their friends to eventually come up too.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say friends, for the other species that they enjoy. I'll say it
Yeah.
that way. So the government is actually doing chemtrails to
Everyone knows about those.
yeah, they're fake clouds that trying to reflect the
Sunlight
radiant
back up.
energy
Yeah.
to keep the Earth cooler still.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
actually trying to keep it, they're aware that the Earth does have a way it should be to host life as we currently know it.
Mhm. Okay, so global warming. Now,
Yeah.
that's one side effect of what they're doing. Now, they're
Mhm.
also poisoning the food
Well,
supply.
Global warming is an effect of humans using the reptilian technology. The revolution that happened in the what was it, 1700s, 1800s, the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
That's alien interfering. They thought we were ready for it. We weren't. We didn't know how to handle it. That's on us polluting. But it is a result of them being irresponsible with their technology.
Is it or is it the fact that those are the animals, those are the dinosaurs that did not evolve. Those are the ones that didn't make it. And they turned into oil and gas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we found it.
Mm-hmm.
And the evil energies that are stored within it, almost like a curse, like an Indian burial ground, but dinosaur relatives.
Well, I'm not gonna argue that oil does have it does have an ominous energy to it.
Right.
It does have an ominous energy to it. It is possible that it could have possessed humans in a subtle way to act in an evil manner. But again, the machines that are powered by the oil,
Mhm.
that's reptilian technology. But
Okay.
yes, the oil could have caused us to use those machines improperly.
To those advanced reptilian creatures,
Mm-hmm.
them giving us machines is like us giving Legos to a kid. They really didn't. It's just nothing. It's not even technology to them. It's so low. They didn't think we could mess it up. But then there we are.
Yeah.
Dumb child. We start
Mhm.
choking on it.
Mhm. Because you have to remember, we are children to them. They've
Yeah.
been around
65 million years.
65 million years. I
Evolving.
mean, well, maybe they would
That's
have
how long they've
evolved.
been evolving. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but they evolved to where we are now, millions of years before us.
Now I need to know. We know there's animals that have survived since then, and crocodiles and sharks, right? I don't know. They haven't evolved much. Should we be asking the question about
whether or not they're as intelligent as we think they are?
No, sort of a. I'm trying to think of the movie Space Odyssey. Advanced evolutionary crystals or gems that might be in the center of the Earth that have advanced their evolution, that have advanced their evolution over 65 million years.
So essentially, like an evolutionary catalyst.
Yeah. Should we be asking questions? Are those in the center of the Earth? And is that how they become so smart? And the crocodiles have basically been doing nothing.
That's a good point. We have not looked into it. We have not been able to take an expedition to the center of the Earth. We're just
still trying to. I mean, I would imagine they're trying to keep you out. It's a heavy battle you guys are trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting a war every day. You're not just going to walk into the enemy territory like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can't say for sure, but that's definitely a possibility.
Because I have to imagine if the power of rock is out there and you have that, there must be an opposite to the power of rock. Yin and yang situation.
Light force, dark force.
Yeah, and the power of rock is the one that you harnessed.
Mm-hmm.
They might have one.
I think they have some sort of evil counterpart to.
Yeah, that has helped them that they're using. Yeah.
We didn't consider that. We have to think about so much each day.
Yeah.
that a lot of it is even just data collection. We're just trying to learn what we can about these reptilian overlords by studying them. And it takes us a little bit of time to, even our perfect selves, a little bit of time to extrapolate ideas from that. But that's, and I gotta say, I'm so glad I'm on the show. It's really a good experience here, bouncing these ideas back and forth. Yeah. You really, you remind me of someone in the band. You do. You're not in the band.
No.
But you definitely remind me of someone in the band.
I don't think I can handle it, honestly.
Well, not many people can. Not many people can.
That's true. I really don't think most people want to be in Hexamatastrophe. If you ask me, I don't think that they can handle it.
It's a tough gig.
It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig. It really.
Yeah, it really does demand the Buddhas and the Krishnas of the world.
Jesus and Muhammad's and Abraham and Moses.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Just thinking, like, where do we go from here, right?
It's like I'm just still caught up with the fact that the destiny, the fate that went together into bringing that much talent together.
It's probably a doing of the power of rock.
Yeah,
really a doing of the power of rock to bring us together. It knew that the world needed us. It knew that it needed us, so it brought us together.
Now I have to imagine there's a prophecy involved. There's usually a prophecy involved.
Oh,
I won't ask about it.
Yeah,
we'll keep that under wraps for now.
We shouldn't be discussing the prophecy.
We shouldn't. I don't want to discuss.
We shouldn't be discussing the prophecy. I don't want to let in that there very well might be a prophecy. Yeah. All right, that's definitely a thing that you could possibly look forward to hearing about one day. But
one day Hexamatastrophe might release the prophecy.
Yeah, that may or may not be there.
That may or may not be there.
Or may not be there.
If only we had a show in May, or you guys had a show in May. We had a show to promote. You had a show in May. The may or may not be. We just keep hinting.
There's always next year. There's always next year.
You guys do so much for this world. We just want to thank you so much.
Oh well, thank you. So thank you for recognizing our greatness. So thank you.
We've talked about the dinosaurs.
And I just want to put this out there. The bones that we find, those have come up from the inside. All right.
Right.
Those have come up.
Yeah.
Those are not the result of,
going down.
They're coming
up.
Yeah.
So over the next couple of years, we will probably find more and more bones coming up from the center of the earth.
It's likely.
Do you think if that's what's happening, will we start seeing the process of the evolution? Because we are only receiving now, or finding now, the bones from 65 million years ago.
Yeah.
Now let's say the bones from 60 million years come up from the center of the earth and come up to the surface. We find them. Will they look more like what is today? What the reptilian overlords look like today?
It's very possible that the reptilian overlords have removed all evidence of the evolutionary past. They've left the ones that we're allowed to see.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening now is they figured, we have similar stuff evolving up on Earth still. So they've let our fossil record, match up to where they broke off, so that there's that link there. So we only see our side.
All right.
We only see our side.
Keep that mask on. Glue it to our face, basically.
Yeah.
Can't even tell the difference between, but it's a mask. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs' bones coming up. Where was I going before? Let's see.
Anything to do with the inside of the Earth at all, or
any more questions? No, I think I was gonna. Now, first, I just want to say, obviously, this isn't the standard horse race, but like I was saying again, like yours is just so out of this world. Like people can't really compare it. And like, if this isn't scaring people,
this may not be show related. It may not be show related, but it's definitely a horror story.
Yeah,
definitely a horror story. That every day,
real life.
Yeah,
everybody's experience.
Yeah,
no one even knows it. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to scare our audience off too much, so I want to take it back a little bit.
Let's take it back. Let's give them time to again take in what we've been saying, because we've been putting a lot on them. They're not as great as Hex. They're gonna need some time to digest it. All right. It's heavy food for thought. All right,
Yeah,
it's going to take a
real
while.
dense,
It's going to
real
take a while.
dense.
It's going to bring them down.
All right, so let's get back into the shows.
Back into shows.
The medium where you try and take something so big and bring it down to the common people.
Mm-hmm.
You really
Mhm.
try and funnel it. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about you. I mean, you had your battle with the devil.
We had our battle with the devil. No, that reminds me. There's more misinformation about how the devil planted the fossils to trick us to not believe in the truth of creationism. I'm going to put it out there. Creationism's bunk. All right.
Yeah.
I've seen the truth.
That is, you're making a big statement here. You're going to make a lot of people angry.
I know, but you know, the biggest truths are the hardest to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest truths are hardest. Creationism is it's not there. We live in a godless world.
Right.
There is no love. Okay.
But there is the power of rock.
There is the power of rock. And that's what we need to focus on. Okay.
Yeah.
So the power of rock.
Is that why musicians are held so high in the public eye?
Could be that, or it could just be that people wanna have sex with musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they want to dance.
Because sometimes they're pretty.
Dance. Yep.
Yeah. That could. It's it's probably two sides of the coin.
Okay,
two sides of the coin.
Right.
But power rock does not care about our world in the sense of specifically like, oh, it needs to happen this way. It's just there, and it knows that everything that's made will bring balance to itself. It does tweak things here, like us coming together, but
the power of rock is pretty timeless, so we
yeah.
must just seem, we're just a small thing.
We're small but great at the same time.
That's beautiful.
Because for how small we are, look what we've done to this planet.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. We took an entire planet, crushed it. Yeah. But they let it happen.
So I just want to reiterate,
the lizards let it happen,
that you should focus all your faith into the power of rock.
Yeah,
because that's the truth.
And it also empowers Hexamatastrophe.
Yes.
And the robot guardians that work alongside. Well, you've had a falling out recently.
Yeah.
With the robots.
But I just want to put this out there. Some people are also going to think, well, if there's no God, why is there a devil? The devil is an entity who became he was a person originally. He was a person. And he became
Lucifer.
He became so imbued with the power of rock that he kind of transcended us.
He went the wrong way.
He had
a fall from grace.
So in his final moments before he kind of dissolved into the power of rock. He can materialize on our world.
Yeah.
But he's in the power of rock.
Okay.
He, in his final moments, was tempted, and he fell to that temptation in those final moments. So he came to a realization, but it was always tainted. All right.
Incomplete.
Yeah.
An incomplete realization. I guess it's hard to grasp.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand. That's crazy. That's absolutely astounding. And I don't think I can handle it.
Now I want to talk more about the robots.
The robots.
We
have not learned too much about the robots from you. From Hex, you've not released too much information. I'm sure there's a reason for that. The last time you did have a falling out with them, because they did.
They sacrificed the love
They sacrificed the love of one of the members' lives.
Yeah.
Which you returned later to life using some ritualistic magic, power rock, whatever.
Some dark.
Brought her back.
Mm-hmm.
Some dark methods. You went dark a little bit there, but it's okay. Everyone.
It's
part of the heroic journey.
It's a necessary thing.
It's not terrible. The evil energy is not terrible if you know how to use it correctly. It's all part of one thing. The yin yang. Yeah. So you had a falling out with the robots.
Well, it's also
we didn't learn too much about the robots.
I was gonna say that there's a balance there.
Yeah.
Life is the most beautiful thing in life.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So when you're trying to bring about a life, there's evilness there.
Yeah.
Like sex is a sin, right? It's awful. It needs to be bad to balance the beauty that is birth.
You might be going with your Don't change the people's world that much, right?
Okay.
Like, we're not literally trying to kill people by blowing their minds.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
We need to reel back.
Reel it back
Reel
in.
back.
Reel it back in to
All right.
reality, quote
Couple breaths.
unquote, air quotes. Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay, so the robots, again, not aliens. Not aliens in the way that we know them. Because they're from outer space.
Planet Hexamatron. They are from.
They've colonized planet Hexamatron.
They've colonized planet Hexamatron.
Yes.
They're not from there.
No.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with the robots? Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say what you released to the public.
Yeah.
Where I stand, so other people can stand with me.
Yeah.
And we can take this in all together.
Mm-hmm.
When we first met the robots, you guys had used the power of rock to break out of prison
Yes.
after being wrongfully imprisoned by the lizard overlords.
By the Illuminati, yes.
By the Illuminati.
And the Illuminati is one branch
Okay.
of
all of it.
Of all of it, yes.
Yeah.
And that is people will talk about it as if that's the whole thing.
That's, yeah.
It's a little part.
You have to imagine though that they get a small glimpse and they have to run with it. That's all they have, and there's so much to take in that it would be so easy to get misguided.
That's yeah.
Especially if you don't have a proper teacher, a guru to help you through this path to liberation, to the freedom.
So that's what we try and do. Though.
That's what you're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. So the robots, you had just broken out.
Yep.
And after you had broken out,
mm-hmm.
the robots came to you. The robots came to you.
The robots found us. Yes, they sensed.
They sensed your power.
They sensed the power of rock. Yeah.
And so they asked you to come with them to. They said their planet Hexamatron. If there's in the sense that they maybe created it, colonized it, like you said.
Yeah.
Then they killed Jezebel.
She, to be fair,
she did not dance.
She did not dance.
She did not dance.
They have a custom there
called the robot
rock.
Yeah.
And if you do not dance to the robot rock,
you've offended them.
You offend them, and
they must execute you.
Yeah,
that's just the rules of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
You've accepted to come. You've accepted the customs of the planet.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if anyone plans on visiting planet Hexamatron, to go there for any reason, you must dance.
You must do the robot rock.
And now you're thinking like, oh, I don't know how to do the robot rock. They will show you how to do the robot rock. They'll show you step by step how to do the robot rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then you brought her back, and then we never really saw what happened with the robots or whatever. So tell us, like, we didn't get any more. So tell us what these robots, as much as you're allowed to release, tell us about these robots.
We don't know much more about the robots because we haven't been able to communicate with them. We didn't know they're out there until they contacted us.
Yeah.
And since our falling out,
let me stop you there. So, I mean, your stories that you share with us, they're really a story from you from the beginning. So, from where I follow you from. So, like, so you're showing us when you didn't entirely, like, even the Buddha, like, he didn't start enlightened. He was born a baby.
Yeah, born Siddhartha Gautama.
Yeah, and then he decided that he knew he was going to be enlightened in that lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen until he saw what he needed to see. And then it happened in his 20s or his 30s or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys are on par with the Buddha. You guys are very equal. So, you're also realized beings, different way. You preach, well, I won't say preach. You go about it differently, trying to help people out.
Yeah.
So your stories show you from the beginning, from when you didn't really know the power of rock to that moment when you used it, you figured it out. You figured it out. You have the power of rock.
So you
are young and therefore immortal.
The devil that inspired us to know the power of rock. See, as a being of the power of rock, he helped us
himself, a
little bit. Because we asked him to imbue it with us, and he made us realize that was within us the whole time. It was within us the whole time.
Most people would never think about that. Oh, the devil was the one that showed us. The devil was the one that showed us it was inside us the whole time.
To be fair, the realization did come from within us. He was just the conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything happens from within.
Yeah.
Everything happens from within. Wow, we're getting deep here.
Getting so deep, we might end up inside the hollow earth.
Is this how we're going to do it?
Possibly.
We do it through.
All right, everyone listening. If we end up, if we suddenly go dark, you know where we are. You'll know where we are.
Don't fear for us.
We do have the power of rock.
We do have the power of rock with us, and
now, my host here might die. because he's not a member of
I'm not a
Hexamatastrophe.
member of Hex.
I'll try my best to keep him safe, but these golden fingers can only do so much.
But as long as I die on the side of Hexamatastrophe, I've died a good death, and I am not afraid.
Definitely an honorable death.
Definitely the most honorable death that one
Mhm.
can receive is a death next to Hexamatastrophe.
Yeah.
Fighting alongside Hexamatastrophe is the most honorable death.
And it's like it's a battle against ignorance, really.
Yeah,
battle
it's a
against,
battle against, which is the biggest battle in the entire universe.
Mhm.
Don't remember what you were saying before about the robots. So tell us about the robots.
Again, I'm saying we don't know much about them. We're
You're still getting there.
yeah. We might
You're still
contact
living
them more
out
later.
You're still living out. It's happening now. This is all happening now.
Yes.
These stories aren't old. These are happening now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just sharing them with us to try and remove.
We only recently returned from Planet Hexamatron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
We might go back right after this interview.
Yeah.
But we just got back recently.
You just got back recently, and you still managed to come here. That's
yeah.
really nice of you guys.
Yeah.
The horrors of your life. Completely outshadowed by the joys. Of being just this wonderful, wonderful being. Entity, Hexamatastrophe. That's gonna keep coming at people. They might even not. People might not want you around. People might not want you around. It's just because they don't understand. They can't handle it. There's so much coming at them, but you'll keep coming around. And you guys have stuff coming up. You got to keep trying, right? You got to bring that.
We have stuff coming up. We have stuff coming up.
You have some big things coming up.
Again, no concrete dates, but if you
no concrete dates, yeah.
If you
but you got to
go to our social media,
yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, facebook.com/Hexamatastrophe. Twitter, our handle's at Hexamatastrophe.
Instagram.
I'm gonna spell it out for you. HEXAMATASTROPHE. Hexamatastrophe. 15 letters long.
6-sided reason we can't do nice things.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah. That's what they've deemed you.
Mm.
That's pretty crazy.
Can I just? I'm gonna go back into horror stories. I'm gonna bring it down now. I'm gonna go into.
Yeah, you're good at leading, so please.
I'm gonna go into normal stuff now. If you're okay with that.
We'll see.
I'm gonna take these last couple minutes, maybe bring it back down to a more normal level.
Yeah, we're transcending dimensions here. We gotta slowly ease people back in.
I want to talk about. So one time at a show, we tried to have our friend impersonate one of the robots. All right, the show was a recreation of events that actually happened. Yeah. And so we tried to make him up a costume. We didn't put eyes in it because we didn't think about that. So here he was trying to come out of where he changed from, and he's stumbling around, and thankfully we had another person helping him move around. So
guide him through the hallway.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you can expect to see if we're off our game.
Yeah.
Which
that
is
wasn't
very
your
rare
game,
now.
though.
Very rare now.
That was his game.
He should have put eyes in them.
He should have prepared more.
Yeah.
He should have put eyes in the robot.
That was his job.
Or he should have been better at not sensual.
Central?
I'm thinking of sense, like his sense. He should have been better with his sense perceptions. He should have been able to navigate that hallway regardless.
I think sensual is still right.
Well,
sensuous? Sense?
Well, I'm a commoner, and I will not try to put myself up there.
Mm.
All right?
Mm.
He should have prepared more.
He should have prepared more.
It was his fault that anything went wrong during your set.
Yeah.
How dare he? How dare he come and try and do something nice for you and completely ruin it?
Yeah, it's really a shameful act. A really shameful act that you do that to
deal with a lot. That's just unfortunate. You guys would have to deal with something like that.
Yeah.
Is there any lessons that people can learn from Hexamatastrophe, or are you guys you're too far out? People just can't relate.
Now I'm going to put it out there. Don't try and achieve what we've achieved.
Obviously,
that's a natural thing. Now you can.
We do live in America, which is the nation of role models, right?
The nation of role models.
Role models. Everyone trying to live up to other people.
I have not heard that.
That's because I guess talking them out of my butt.
I guess so.
Why.
But yeah. So, but lessons you can learn. hard work does get you pretty far. Hard work will get you there. Smaller bands if you want to work less.
Yeah.
If you don't want to coordinate between 6 people.
And you don't want to share money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have less input, but more output.
Yeah.
Smaller bands.
Mm-hmm. So that's something I can put out there. Smaller band.
Smaller band.
I mean, if you're ready for it, go for it. But think about it.
Most other people, to be fair, cannot find a combination of people that will work so well together.
Yeah.
That are on par with.
Yeah.
The Buddha, Jesus Christ, Krishna, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Moses and Abraham.
Yeah.
Most people can't get a combination like that.
No.
Probably why bands don't work out all the time. I mean, a lot of bands do work out, but a lot of them fall apart because people just can't be together that long because it's not on par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have, it's total selflessness in our band.
Yeah.
Total selflessness.
Yeah. Well, you guys, you only care about.
We care about the truth.
The
care
truth.
About the truth.
The truth.
Mm-hmm.
And exploring the truth and revealing the truth to others.
Yeah.
Really just a fantastic goal, fantastic journey. Life. Just.
Yep. Definitely
wonderful.
Recommend that.
Yeah.
Seek out the truth. Ask questions.
Ask questions. Always ask questions.
Yeah.
Question everything. I don't remember who said that. Socrates, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Probably a lot of people. Probably a lot of people
have said that. Question everything. But don't question what Hex says, because Hex knows the truth.
Yes. That's a very good point to bring up. Good point to bring up.
Believe everything they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have fretted ourselves. We've put incredible investigation into ourselves.
Yeah.
We have come out that we are flawless.
Yeah.
And everything we say is correct.
You don't have to concern yourself with what Hex says.
Yeah.
Everything else is a test.
Yeah.
For what Hex says.
Mm-hmm.
Hexamatastrophe will never lead you astray.
All right. So how much time? We got a couple minutes left?
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Is there anything else? Maybe we could wrap it up early, but is there anything you want to say?
I think we've covered just about everything.
We've covered more than
I can go into more some real stuff if you'd like, but
maybe one more thing.
Should I talk about some of our first shows?
No.
Okay. Well then let's show you're the super fan. What are some things you'd want to know behind the scenes of? You know our shows.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through them in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Make some noise while I think. Do some talking.
All right, so I'm gonna talk more about these about the power of rock. You if you feel it coming on, if you pick up an instrument and you feel it coming on, let it flow naturally. Don't try and what ruins people is when they feel it and then they get excited and they become too self-aware. They don't just let it happen. They're too active. They got to be passive. Got to let it flow through. That's some advice there. You got anything yet, or should I keep trying to fill the time here?
I'm sure there's plenty, but I can't pick one. You know.
We can talk about the time that Elliot totally dissed his brother in a roundabout way. I'm gonna talk about that.
Okay.
So one time we played a grad party.
They impromptu played a grad party.
Yeah.
They were there.
The musicians of Hexamatastrophe.
Yeah.
Hexamatastrophe did not play.
So they just kind of picked up some instruments and started playing. Not necessarily all Hex things, but they started playing.
Yeah. And it was for a member of our band, his brother, and we wrote out a song that sounded much like a dirge. You've heard it if you've come to some of our more recent shows, and we wrote out a speech for it that we were going to say something like just talking about how great his brother was and how amazing it was that he graduated.
Yeah.
And we tried to convince his brother and our band to say the speech, and he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it for his own brother.
He made us do it. We don't even know his brother. He made you do it.
Yeah, and I ended up having to say this. Well, no, you.
Someone else.
Someone that looks a lot like you in our band ended up having to say the speech. Yeah, I think I played piano for that song. But that was just, again, gotta look to other people for the faults. Gotta look to other people.
He was a coward.
And I also had to write out the speech. He didn't even write a speech for his brother.
His own brother.
We won't name which member, but if he hears us, he'll know
exactly.
He'll know.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. If people
Right, so you might want to take everyone listening. You might want to take the next hour or so, just soak
cool
in all the
off, yeah.
information, soak in all the information we've presented.
hmm
Hmm.
and know that if you follow Hexamatastrophe, they will keep telling you the truth. You should keep up to date with them. And again,
Yeah.
you can keep up to date on Facebook and Twitter and other things. So thanks so much for being on today, Mike.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, that was horror stories with Hexamatastrophe.